Hercules, 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 Hercules.
Paladins who take the Oath of Glory believe they and their companions are destined to achieve glory through deeds of heroism. They've trained diligently and encouraged their companions, so they're all ready when destiny calls.
Tenets of Glory. Now, these are the tenets this Oath of Glory take. Actions over words. Challenges are but tests. Hone the body and discipline the soul. And bros before hoes. Now, guys, I have to remind you that since these are Tasha's classes, that they do have additional optional class abilities.
Mhm.
So what I want you to look at for this one is the 2 additional fighting styles for Paladins, which is blind fighting and interception. Both amazing for this class.
We also, for this class, gain Oath spells. So you gain Oath spells with Paladin levels listed in the Oath of Glory spell table. See the Sacred Oath class features and how they Oath spells work. So what we get granted to us for being Oath of Glory Paladins is at 3rd level, we can get Guiding Bolt and Heroism.
Oath, mate! Sorry.
5th, we can get Enhanced Ability, Magic Weapon. 9th, we get Haste, Protection from Energy. 13th, we get Compulsion, Freedom of Movement. And at 17th level, we gain Commune and Flame Strike. Some of those I really like.
Weird.
Some of those I think have got to be used in the right way, and knowing that you're giving up a smite every time you're doing these, you've got to understand the trade-off you're doing for smite and high-level spells. So some of these things like haste, like hell yeah, like that's money in the bank, that one. But others, Guiding Bolt, you don't have too many of those to throw around with your spell slots. So remember what you're giving up when using these things.
The Flame Strike, I feel, should maybe only be used as sort of like a Goku power-up move. Just cast it on yourself when you're getting like ready for a fight. At 3rd level in this subclass, you get 2 options for Channel Divinity. The first one, my personal favorite, is Peerless Athlete. At first glance, not that impressive, but as a bonus action, you can use your Channel Divinity to augment your athleticism for the next 10 minutes and have advantage on your strength checks and dexterity checks. Plus, you can carry, push, drag, and lift twice as much as normal, which comes in handy and can double if your race already does that. Then the distance of your long and high jumps increases by 10 feet, which of course this extra distance costs movement as normal. But what are your thoughts on this one?
Hey, this will come real handy for DMs who run small games, festival games, feats of strength. Bunch of orcs walk out and they challenge you, and you just go and pick up a stalagmite, rip it off, and just wander around and then slam the thing down, or a boulder. Like, this could be used for something cool. Also, it might come in handy if you've got to run across rooftops, and you get advantage on your athletics for jumping across roofs. This will have its moments. So I guess coming back to DMs on that one, but yeah, like it may never come up as well in some campaigns. So
I think this may be one of the best pre-battle spells that melee classes have, because this is the imminent battle. Like, you are entering the battleground.
Yeah.
You're not yet in combat, so you use your Peerless Athlete. All of a sudden, if you've got heavy armor, you've no longer got disadvantage. You're rolling stealth at regularly. You're moving at a good speed. If you need to jump anything, you're covered. Also, as soon as initiative happens, initiative is a dexterity check, so you have advantage on your initiative roll. You have advantage on any athletics to grapple people, throw them down pits, climb up castle walls. Like, this is your get into battle and kill people Channel Divinity.
Immediately after you deal damage to a creature with your Divine Smite feature, you can use your Channel Divinity as a bonus action to distribute temporary hit points to creatures of your choice within 30 feet of you, which can include you. The total number of temporary hit points is 2d8 plus your level in this class, divided amongst the chosen creatures however you like. So you've got to use your Divine Smite, so you've got to have a smite. You've got to burn a spell level for it. Then you've also got to burn a channel divinity to get it. And then you get 2d8 to plus your level in temporary hit points to spread within 30 feet of you. So 30 feet's a good amount, and that could get a lot of the party back up again who are down. It's not going to save anyone from dropping. Few and far times between will it do that? Especially if you've got to give 5 points to him, 5 points to him, 2 points to him, 1 point to him. It's just going to get people up. So yeah, definitely. This is getting into the slog of things sort of ability to get the team back up again and stop a total party kill.
So Aura of Alacrity at 7th and 18th level, you emanate an aura that fills you and your companions with supernatural speed, allowing you to race across the battlefield in formation. Your walking speed increases by 10 feet. In addition, if you aren't incapacitated, the walking speed of any ally who start their turn within 5 feet of you increases by 10 feet until the end of that turn. When you reach 18th level in this class, the range of the aura increases to 10 feet.
Double, so practically double. It's 100%.
A whole 10 feet.
Mitch, I got problems with this one. What do you reckon?
Honestly, like, not that any DM really tracks movement when you're outside of battle to the foot that often, but the imagery of you forming your group up in a battle formation around you and moving quickly towards the battle with advantage on your stealth and advantage on your initiative and that ready to go, love it. But the funny thing about this, I think, will come up from your problems, because I think this is an excellent role-playing spell because it looks good until you try and implement it in a battle.
Yeah.
And Luke, I'll allow you to take it away.
Here's where the thing falls over. Let's say you roll high on initiative because we've got advantage, or we want to, or everyone wants to get high on initiative. On your turn starts, you take off. You run 40 feet ahead of everyone else. Their turn comes around. They don't get the ability because they're not standing within 5 feet of you at the start of their turn. So they run 30 feet. They're 10 feet behind you. You're the front line. They don't get to attack things because you've held the monsters up at the 40 feet mark, not the 10 foot mark. So now it means you're either going to get surrounded as they surround them to go and come to their front, the other blokes, or it's just. And then the second round, you're going to get bogged down because you're just going to stand there slaughtering things. They have to try and squeeze into you to get that extra 5 foot. And that's now where a lot of D&D 5e is going to stop. People aren't going to step in and out and run around to gain this. But if you roll bad on your initiative, somehow, the other guys will get it. And that'll allow them to run away, leaving you to just come in and slog you because you're bad on the initiative and you're big and shiny and someone wants to dent that armor. I think this needs to be fixed. I think this needs to be at the start of your turn or your friends, if they are within, and 5 feet is so tight. Like, yeah, it is a shield. It's a turtle. It's the shield wall, but it really doesn't give much for many people. I think more than often, people are not going to be able to gain this ability. At 15th level, you gain Glorious Defense. You can turn defense into a sudden strike. When you or another creature you can see within 10 feet of you is hit by an attack roll, you can use your reaction to grant a bonus to the target's AC against that attack, potentially causing a miss. The bonus equals your charisma modifier, minimum +1. If the attack misses because of your charisma, you can then make a weapon attack against the attacker as part of this reaction, provided that the attacker was within your weapon's range. So looking at the battlefield, you probably want to go to a reach weapon at this point, but hey, you can use this feature a number of times equal to your charisma modifier, minimum once, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. This is getting better. I mean, we just went from level 7 to level 15, so there's a long way in between it where you're just enjoying your Paladin spells and normal abilities. But now we're at 15. We've gained this. This sounds good. I could get on board with this. This isn't too bad. You're really charismatic, and you're like, watch out! And people dodge a little bit better. Watch out, radioactive man! The sun is about to explode.
The goggles, they do nothing.
And so I don't mind this, and if it works, you get to make an attack. Obviously, positioning on a battlefield, you're going to have a look at the tactics there, and a reach weapon is where you're going to get the most out of this ability.
So with Glorious Defense, that's another potential opportunity attack, which is just so useful in this game. And remember, with a Paladin opportunity attack, you can use a Divine Smite if you hit. So there's a big chance of you making a big difference there.
Mm.
And then don't forget that on your next turn, you could always use a Inspiring Smite with one of your attacks to give that downed creature you're protecting an extra 2d8 plus your level in this class, which at this stage would be 15. So 2d8 plus 15 temporary hit points to keep them alive. So pretty good looking deal.
You ready to take us through Living Legend?
Yes. Basically, this one is one designed after me. You can empower yourself with the legends, whether true or exaggerated, which I really love, of your great deeds, which is funny considering their oaths or the tenets of their oath. As a bonus action, you gain the following benefits for 1 minute. You are blessed with otherworldly presence, gaining advantage on all charisma checks. So now, in that 1 minute, you'll have advantage on strength, charisma, and dexterity checks, which is possibly the best in the game for getting advantage on things. Once on each of your turns, when you make a weapon attack and miss, you can cause that attack to hit instead, giving you another opportunity to drop a
Just gonna hit
smite.
things.
If you fail a saving throw, you can use your reaction to re-roll it. You must use this new roll. There's no cost for that. You can just keep doing that every turn. So, once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish your long rest, or unless you expend a 5th level spell slot, which realistically for this character, it's worth it.
Excuse me. Not a bad capstone, I guess, and a true capstone the Paladins get. So what do you like and don't like about this class as a whole, Mitch?
I love this because of the flaw of the Aura of Alacrity. Honestly, I think that says more about the character than anything else. But for someone that's looking to play a very what's the word? Not an anxious, excitable, wannabe hero, someone that is striving for glory. This is a great character. It gives you all the tools for role playing. The in combat role playing suits itself. If you know you've got advantage on dexterity, I like that word. Strexterity.
Yep.
If you've got advantage on Strexterity, both Strexterity, that is
Strexterity Isma as well.
Yeah, Strexterity Isma. You're going to use your grapples. You're going to use your shoves. You're going to use your climbing. You are going to get into the fight and interpose yourself using your interception. You're going to me, this is the swashbuckler of the swashbuckler champion sort of crossbreed of the Rogan fighter. This, you can get in there, you can drop the damage, you can protect your friends, get across the battlefield with no doubts, leap over tall buildings. I'm a big fan of this class, and the more I read it, the more I actually really want to play it.
It's good. Hey, all right, so I don't think this is one of the strongest paladins. I think this is down on the lower half. I get what they're going for. You're an athlete, and you're potentially a hero with the people. You can throw the discus the furthest. You can do things like that. How it plays out in D&D may not be as clean cut if you're just going to dungeon crawl.
My character concept is a strive to be hero. He wants to be great. So this is your typical anime character. Nice. This is your character that has joined a school and, probably start with stats that are lesser and talk to the DM hey, can I have my stats high, but can I have them given to me bit by bit as I grow? Because I could see this character wanting to be great and just slowly becoming more and more impressive and really getting that hype train going. And by the end, having a full crowd behind him, getting everyone into a frenzy. So I'd go straight with wannabe hero.
For me, we both discussed this. We both think this is basically Hercules or any of the Argonauts or any ones who went on the Odyssey. And you are basically the Greek Rome, where this came from, the mythic Odysseys of Thanos or whatever it was. So one thing I want to talk about players is, remember, as it states over and over again, it's a team game. It's not just you being glorious. It's also about you doing push-ups, doing squats around the campfire at night, and then trying to encourage the wizard to come and join in as well and fix up those scrawny limbs of his and do some push-ups in a fun way. Come on, we need to get the familiars out. Come on, up, down, up to my cadence. Let's go, people. I can definitely see you being just full of energy, the gym coach who's popular and trying to encourage everyone to achieve their most type things. I can see that. I can definitely reckon you're going to gain some benefits in a few areas, depending on how people's games play. But if they're playing a straight dungeon crawl, you may not quite get as much out of it as you want. But you go with a Hercules-style character, and I think you're on par with exactly what they're trying to achieve here. What do you reckon for player tips? How do you recommend players play this character type?
I would say that a hero is not only defined by his victories, but how he handles his failures. How about yourself, Archie?
Yeah. I reckon once again for that 15th level ability, we're late game, but you're gonna have to consider changing your weapon to a reach weapon by that stage. Until then, you can use whatever you damn well please. Just to gain the most out of that ability, so you can reach more bad guys when it's time. Your aura isn't going to be potentially as good as fear or charm, some of the other ones, particularly for other people around you. So not as strong there, but try and take advantage of the movement. That's probably more tips for GMs, I'm thinking now. But if you're find yourself in a dynamic landscape, take full advantage of it. This is what this class is made for, to get you there. So take full advantage of leaning into those Olympic game type activities. Whenever they're asking someone to volunteer to one-on-one fight, well, that's you. It's got to be you. And where's the bard? Come here, bard. You need to see this. I have a small group of bards that follow me around everywhere just to make sure everything is glorious and not just things are recorded for being glorious, but when I do it, the background music plays and da-da-da, glorious. How about for GMs? If you were a GM or DM in this case, and you had someone playing this, how would you give them their moments to shine?
I'd say either level 3 or level 7 when they get the Aura of Alacrity, just as a little side thing. They might not even know about it, but giving them an extra ability to get up, like they need to finish their quest. The glory, something's calling them to get back up. So whether they roll advantage on the death save or it's a 19 or 20, both crit to get back up and have hit points, which I think is my favorite one, because then you can use the inspiring smite. These things could be a game maker, character maker, and enemy breaker. Like,
all right. I'm thinking for tips for GMs is that once again, like all things, you should be looking at making your fights dynamic. Yeah, they should have to run up a hillside, leap off a 45-degree incline, and then come towering down on something. You need to climb up to get somewhere. You need to do this sort of thing. The 30 by 40 square room in a dungeon is this guy's worst. It's every player's worst thing, but this guy will not get to shine if he doesn't get to use his athleticism around the battlefield. So you've got to put things in the way for smart players to run around, for adventurous characters to run and leap over and come flying into the battlefield. This is where this guy will feel like his things are doing what they should be doing, and he's kicking ass, getting there ahead of everyone with his speed boosts and with his maneuvering. That will help him shine. The other one is add small games. Like villages have festivals and things like that on, and they will always have small games. This is where this guy busts out. He oils up, he takes his shirt off, and he steps out. Let's do this. Arm wrestling, log throwing, hammer throw, dwarf toss, anything that's got to do with a physical game. This is where this guy gets to shine and be a glorious hero and drink up and enjoy his time with everyone. So. And you can even incorporate that into scenes of intimidation or such, like potentially a bad guy challenges only one, and I've seen it in a few campaigns. This would be your character's turn to step in and say, I've got this, fellow heroes. Do not worry. I will take on this brute. and pull a tree out of the ground. And like, look at my feats of strength, bow down before me. And everyone does, because damn, like, this guy's, I can't compete with that. So I would think about ways of bringing those little things into, to even stop fights from even happening, and make them contests that aren't just about hit points. They're about challenges and skill rolls. Thanks for joining us. What do you got on at the moment?
Surprisingly, just this shirt.
Yeah, nice.
Baby.
Sounds good.
Let me just stand up and adjust this camera. No, better not.
No worries. Well, Big Game Small Pieces. I am hosting stepping up challenging myself. I'm doing an online DM. I'm streaming White Plume Mountain for our friends group of lads, all having a go at it. We're on Monday nights at 7:45 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Times. We are kicking ass. There should be at least episode 2, if not episode 3, out by the time this one drops. But you can catch us on Critical Misses Twitch, or you can catch the episodes up on Crit and Misses YouTube. So tune in for those, and drop us some sort of comment on how we're tracking there for us. I'd greatly appreciate it,
mate. Those things are fantastic. I will give you a little taster. In the next 2 weeks. I'll be running a Among Mates one shot for my friend Nova and Hootie, and one other lucky person, and it's going to be set in the boys' universe.
Nice.
So prepare to see some very, very crazy shenanigans and murder hoboing.
Nice. Look forward to it. All right, Mitch. Well, thanks for joining us. I'll catch you next time, eh?
Hey, man. Always a pleasure. What's that? Yeah, I'm coming.
Oh, no. Don't get up. Don't get up.